South Texas. We are in Zone 9B. Um, so with all the stay at home and the coronavirus going around and things like that, I know I am not alone in finding myself where my pantry is not where it should be. It is not stocked where it should be at. And what am I money back to where it needs to be? And that is very good questions to be asking yourself and your family. And the first thing that you do is you start to sit down with your family. You get a pen, you get a paper, and you write down everything that you guys enjoy eating, what you like to eat, what you normally shop for. What do you cook? What kind of meals do you make? What are like for your family? Do you know for my family, we are a B blood type, and my husband has autoimmune issues. I have autoimmune issues myself. I have celiac, so I'm gluten free. He's also grain free. So our prepping in our pantry is going to look totally different. Planting fruit trees, 1,000 square feet of that is our home. And then we have a 2-car garage for our family. Was at the time I was raw vegan and really into minimalism. And that is a big downfall for what is happening in the world right now, or any kind of major natural disaster. And I'm going to speak really highly against in its idea of just purchasing what you need or having really small spaces and living tiny. We live small, and space is limited here. We most of that. Or this is just a lot of things that have been going on in my mind. We weren't able to get out to the stores. When we did, they were just empty. Some of the delivery from HEB, and we found that to be fairly expensive. And so we try to go to HEB now once every 2 weeks or so. And then we did the home delivery from Walmart. Their pricing was better. So we did that, but we still go to maybe some smaller stores like the Dollar Tree, feeling anxious. And I felt that way during this whole process. I felt very stressed and anxious. And I know I'm not alone in this. A lot of the different things that have happened for us is there's no toilet paper pretty much every time we go to the store. And that's been probably over a month now. So for us, our family decision was to switch over to purchasing a Neo bidet. I think it's the 180. And we went to switch to family cloth. So we have family cloth, and was using that. So that's what we've done. Some of the new changes that have happened since all this has happened. The other things like our food pantry, and I'll just share with you, especially with what's going on, where they are, there are egg shortages. There's not always milk. There's not always cream. There's going to probably be some shortages on meat. The food meat processing plants, several of them are closed down, which means people are not cutting and packaging them. I know the stores are doing their best to restock. And I guess it depends on when you can go to the store. Sometimes we waited in line in the morning for a couple of hours, and they still hadn't stocked the store, which is really hard. So to go get up early and go wait or drive around, and it just made me very sick. I felt very, that looks at what's available and cannot afford to pay it. Do not overdraft your account if you cannot. If you're able to start a garden and start some seeds and things like that, that is a great place to start. And if your pantry is well stocked, then that is awesome. If you're able to share with others and that's something you feel comfortable doing, that's what some of the people here in Texas are doing. They have blessing tables, and they are sharing what they have with others that don't. The kids are out of school. That's it. It looks like restaurants and retail might be always drive-through takeout, and we don't eat that. So let's get to it. What are we doing, and how much you're looking for? The non-fat is hardly available anywhere. I cannot even get it from HEB anymore. So we were able to get, I think, 4 bags of non-fat powdered HEB milk, and I have not been able to find it since. We are buying fresh milk and saving our powdered milk for if we can't get it or whatever prices go up, we have it. So we've purchased several different brands. One that I personally purchased was, I guess I probably better to do some visuals. Take you on a little. This is just, so this is something, I have low sugar issues. So one of the products I purchased is called GU Roctane Energy Drink Mix. It is an electrolyte powdered mix. And if I need to, my sugars get low or we're will, and we can't get Pedialyte, this is my Pedialyte replacement. So I put this on Amazon. I was able to get a bulk container of it. Some of the things that we got, I know these are not bulk sizes. We were able to get some Country Time, some at the Dollar Tree. I don't use a whole lot of condiments here, but we have the no high fructose HEB ketchup. And we've got mustard. This is the brand that I was able to find for heavy cream powder. It's called Judy's Gluten Free. We've got canned dog food, dry dog food, some dog snacks. Canning jars was big for me. I'm not a big canner, but I love to store. I do sell food from our garden that we grow organically here. We're not always able to sell it all, and we usually eat from the garden fresh, but we're gonna save some of our garden growings. Whoops, or some of our growings to can. So I've gotten some canning jars, and I've purchased a pressure cooker. So that is coming from Amazon. I purchased my canning goods from Walmart. We don't do a whole lot of sugar, so I've got the coconut sugar. Right here. So anyway, this is that coconut sugar. This was $10 at Walmart. Really big bag. I think it's 3 pounds. We purchased nuts. We purchased quinoa, millet, almond flour, pickles, oil for cooking, almond butter, and that's what we were purchasing. Used for making our own lotions and bath and body products and soaps. And we're able to get out and get to Naturals Grocers and get some of their bulk spices. These are really good prices. They don't come in the jars, so this is like $1.29 for organic thyme. I mean, it's a good size bag. You can get a couple of them, and it's a really good price. So we stocked up on some of the spices that we normally cook with. We have a dehydrator, and so we are learning to make jerky and store that and can that. And let's see, what else? Having a blender is important if you're going to be making some canned tomato sauces. We've got tomato plants growing right now in our garden. Let's see, what else? Pretty much. This is something I purchased a long time ago, a pie pan kind of thing, and I use it to make gluten-free buns. So we just did a recent. The other thing I ordered was coconut aminos, and I did order some liquid smoke. I was able to get some liquid smoke. That we were eating up was some brown rice pasta, and I don't think it bothered me as bad this time as well with it, but I seemed to be okay this last time I had some of it. So I may try to get some more brown rice. I guess the majority of it. Oh, the other thing we do is we have something that we set up here originally at our urban homestead was that we set up rain catchment. I knew it was really important. It's really hot and dry here, and we went 3 months recently without any rain at all, and we just only got maybe a half inch to an inch of rain for the year, which is not very much. We normally get here in South Texas totes rainwater storage, and another 300 and another several barrels around the property connected to each other to help with watering our fruit trees and our garden. So some of the things that we have growing in our garden that grow year round for us is Swiss chard, and we like the rainbow Swiss chard for us here in the city. And so I don't have to pick it, or I can dehydrate some to put in soups and things like that, and I may dehydrate some of that. But we do eat it fresh, and I give it to the chickens every day to get some fresh greens. We've got some watermelons growing down here and some zucchini. Our space is very limited because in our backyard there's a lot of raised bed garden style. Here's just another one that we did with some more Melita Polsky watermelons, a lot of PVC and chicken wire. And so that holds 12 tomato plants. They are a patio style husky. And so they were fruit, and it'll make a nice size fruit. Cantaloupes planted here that I need to spread around. We've got some big tree cuttings and different greens and collards here. We've got some caterpillars eating on them again today. So whatever's been ate on by the caterpillars, I usually give the chickens. A hugel bed. Most of these tubs that you see here are molasses tubs that we got for free from somebody, and we filled it with oak leaves and compost and chicken manure and our own soil mix that we put together. And we've got more Better Boy tomatoes growing in here, and they will get really tall. Here is we have it on a drip system, so I just fill up the water here in our beds. Pots have, except for the molasses tubs, we'll have water beads mixed throughout to help rehydrate our plants. So here, like I said, it's a very small urban homestead here. So we have a small greenhouse for starting seedlings. I put another fig tree here that I started with cuttings and flowers. We did a strawberry bed here, pepper plant, dandelion, collards. This is some Jerusalem artichoke, hibiscuses. Purslane is edible, different mums and flowers, more collards, carrot, more ice cream banana trees. The chickens are in the back here. And that's pretty much my whole growing space. We have, this has been a 4-year project of getting all this set up. Random tomato plant. And we have another fig tree in here. My moringa tree I actually just repotted, so it's dropped all its leaves and it's going to put on new leaves and new growth. So maybe this will give you guys some ideas about gardening. Not everything has to be done in a container. You can till it up and put some drip lines down. So that's our back garden area. Some lemon balm. So I use that to make teas and salves. Just have some different flowers. This is my kitchen garden here. Parsley, chives. There's some pak choi that's going to start bolting. And my basil has been attacked by all the caterpillars. So oak tree here as well. And in the front here, we had started some beautiful tomato plants in September, but the cold snap that we had recently killed several of them, and we had several caterpillars eating them up. It's where we'll have some more tomatoes. There's another for different products, dill, moneymaker tomatoes. There's a little pineapple growing. And then here's the fruit trees that we put in the front, which was a Meyer lemon and pink grapefruit and key lime. And we have a Joey avocado. And then down around the bottom, I put some different red onions. And then we have one small garden back here in the front. Hopefully you can see it. roses, there's some tomato plants, red onion, and a purple grapevine. So that's pretty much all of the space that I have to garden in. Where the sun hits, do really well in a more shaded area. So they get filtered sunlight through the oak tree here, and they do really, really well. Otherwise, they get burnt up. So that's kind of the gist of it. I wasn't going to show you the whole pantry area. I have several bulk spices and jars of things that we cook with regularly, or make like tacos or chili or barbecue rubs and things like that. I have that, so I have lots of bulk spices of different things like that. Oh, it's hot out here today. So, so the things that I've been learning, our Etsy shop has slowed down dramatically. Lotions, scrubs, and my family has suffered with for a long time, and I fell into the trap of minimalism. And as we're selling things off, and that's something I've never done, I'm going to be doing more. It was really important to me, especially to not have all the junk in it. I know some people are position, and if I